Why humans fear rejection more than death. You'd run into traffic to avoid rejection. You'd jump off a building to escape embarrassment. You'd rather die than be excluded from the group. And honestly, your brain isn't being dramatic, it's being ancient. Today, we're exploring why humans fear rejection more than death itself and the brain science that explains this bizarre survival instinct. The paradox. Think about it. Death is the ultimate threat, it ends everything. Yet most people are more afraid of public speaking, which carries a tiny risk of embarrassment, than they are of skydiving. They'd rather lose their job than face rejection from someone they love. They choose social isolation over asking for what they want. Why? Because your brain evolved 200,000 years ago when rejection actually meant death. Back then, being expelled from your tribe guaranteed starvation. Predators would kill you alone. Your genes literally couldn't survive outside the group, so your brain developed an intense fear of rejection not to protect you from embarrassment, but to keep you alive. The problem? Your modern brain still thinks rejection is a death sentence, and it responds accordingly. The amygdala and social pain. When you face rejection, your brain treats it like a physical threat. The amygdala, your threat detection system, fires up just like it would if you were facing a lion. But here's where it gets weird. Studies show that social pain and physical pain activate the same brain regions. When someone rejects you, you literally feel it in the same areas that would hurt if you broke your arm. Neuroscientists have found that acetaminophen, a painkiller, can reduce emotional pain from rejection. Your brain doesn't distinguish between I got rejected and I got hit. It's all threat, it's all pain. And your amygdala demands immediate action: fight, flee, or freeze. Which is why rejection triggers anxiety, shame, anger, or numbness. Your brain thinks you're in danger. The dorsal anterior cingulate and social exclusion. There's a specific brain region that lights up when you're excluded: the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex. This area activates when you experience social pain, but not physical pain. It's basically your brain's rejection alarm. Neuroscientists discovered this by putting people in an fMRI scanner while they played an online ball tossing game. When other players stopped passing to them, their dorsal anterior cingulate went wild. The brain activity was identical to what happens after physical injury. Stronger rejection equals stronger activation. The brain region that evolved to tell you, this is important, pay attention, fires up when you're excluded. And once it's activated, your nervous system goes into overdrive. Cortisol spikes, blood pressure rises. Your body enters a stress state that makes you hypervigilant, defensive, or withdrawn. Why rejection hurts worse than death. Here's the evolutionary brain trick. Death is abstract. Your brain can't fully comprehend it, but rejection is concrete and immediate. Your amygdala responds to what it can perceive now. Rejection is real. Death is future. So your brain prioritizes the immediate threat. Plus, rejection triggers something else, a cascade of shame. And shame activates your prefrontal cortex in a way that makes you ruminate obsessively. You can't stop replaying the rejection. What did I do wrong? Why don't they like me? Will I ever recover? Your brain loops the memory, reinforcing the pain. Meanwhile, if you survived a car crash and lived, you'd eventually stop obsessing about the crash. But rejection? Your brain keeps the wound open. Studies show people recover faster from major life traumas, losing a job, bankruptcy, health scares, than they do from romantic rejection. Why? Because rejection threatens your core identity. It says, you aren't good enough. You don't belong. You're unworthy. And your brain evolved to believe that assessment is accurate and permanent, that you're broken, unfixable, that you'll always be alone. The modern misapplication. This ancient fear served us well 200,000 years ago. Rejection meant death. So fearing it kept you in the tribe. It kept you cooperating, following social rules, working to be liked. It was adaptive. But today, social exclusion rarely means death. You can be rejected and survive perfectly fine. Yet your brain doesn't know that. Your amygdala still screams danger. Your dorsal anterior cingulate still treats rejection like a threat. And so you avoid the very things that could make your life better: asking for a raise, starting that business, expressing your real opinion, asking someone out. You stay small, you play it safe. You reject yourself before others can reject you, which paradoxically makes rejection more likely because invisible people don't get opportunities. People who hide their authentic selves don't attract genuine connection. Your brain's ancient survival mechanism is now sabotaging your actual survival, your social, romantic, professional, and psychological survival. The rewire: understanding changes everything. But here's the hope: knowing this changes everything. When you understand that rejection activates your amygdala like a predator attack, you can name it. You can say, "My brain thinks I'm in danger, but I'm not." This is an evolutionary echo. When you feel rejection, your brain wants you to ruminate and withdraw, but that's the worst thing you can do. Instead, you can move toward connection. Reach out to friends. Engage with community. Remind your brain, "I was rejected, but I belong. I'm still worthy. I'm still safe." Over time, with repeated evidence that rejection doesn't kill you, your amygdala gets quieter. The fear doesn't go away, but it becomes proportional. It becomes manageable. You can still feel the sting of rejection that's human, but you don't descend into shame spirals. You don't reject yourself. You don't stay small. You move forward, and you ask for what you want. Your fear of rejection makes sense. Your brain is doing what it was built to do, but your brain was built for a different world. Understanding that is the first step to freedom. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, has understanding the brain science behind rejection helped you think about it differently? See you next time.